Hi guys! Say hi guys! So today we're back and we're going to be filming another video. So we are going to be doing her 2-month update. She's actually going to be 3 months in about a week, I believe. She's going to be 12 weeks on Sunday. So I wanted to make sure that we did her 2-month update since we haven't been doing as many updates as I wanted to do. This is going to start being a monthly thing, just like how I was doing my pregnancy updates, except that was a weekly thing, but anyway, you guys get the idea. See, this is the 3rd time we've tried to film this, and it has not gone well. So hopefully the 3rd time's a charm, and this will be decent. So a week after of her, really? She's drooling all over my hand, like, do you see this?
We gotta get it done. We gotta get it done.
So about a week after she turned 2 months, she had her 2-month checkup, which meant that they were going to do like a full body check, make sure everything was going okay, measure her, weigh her, do all that jazz, and also she was going to be getting her 2-month shots. I was extremely nervous about that. Of course, she wasn't aware of anything that was going to be happening, and she was actually in a super good mood before we were gonna go, so I was just dreading the actual event happening. My stomach was like in knots before we went to the doctor's office. He weighed her, and at the time she was 13.5 pounds, which by now she's almost 3 months, and I think she is probably closer to like 15 pounds now. She was 24.5 inches. I think they measure in inches. And she was in the 89th percentile for her weight, and she was in the 99th percentile for her length for her age. And then they measured her head, which I don't remember the measurements for that, but he did say that her head's a little bit on the smaller side, but it is still growing at the rate that it should be based on like what it was when she was born and stuff. She's sitting on this ball with me.
It's fun, huh?
If you guys didn't see, I did put up a kind of the first 8 weeks video talking about what happened during that time and all that. And I did talk about the fact that she did have an ear infection. It was very slight when she was around 2 weeks. She was on antibiotics for that and everything. So he wanted to make sure that he checked her ears again. She actually had gotten her ears checked about a week or 2 before her 2-month checkup, and they were fine there. They were still fine at this appointment, so hopefully that ear infection was just a fluke, and she is like sucking on the crap out of my hand. Yeah, so he said everything looked great and everything was fine. He told us some things that we should be looking for in the next month about as far as like her growth and stuff like that. So when it came down to her shots, I was still extremely nervous. I was the one who was kind of holding her down to make sure she wasn't like going crazy or anything, and she was still in such a good mood, and she was just looking at me so just so trusting and innocent, and it was literally breaking my heart because I knew it was gonna happen. So they started her out with a oral vaccination, and she did great with that. And then it came time for the shots. She had 3 shots. I think she did the first 2, and it didn't really register what happened, but she looked at me with this just heartbroken, betrayed look in her eyes, and I almost started crying. Her face turned like beet red, and she just started crying, and it was the most pitiful, just like, oh, it hurt my heart. It was such a just sad cry. I picked her up immediately, and she stopped crying really quickly, but she's not gonna get shots again until her 4-month checkup. She didn't have a fever or anything like that. She was just really tired and a lot more cuddly, and I was totally fine with that because I wanted to cuddle her anyway. So as far as clothing size, I'm gonna go based off of like Carter's clothes. She is pretty much in 3 months clothing. The 3-month clothing is starting to get a little bit tight, and mainly it's as far as length. And actually the shirt that she's wearing right now is a 6-month shirt, and it's from the brand Okie Dokie. I got it from JCPenney. What are you doing, silly goose? And as far as diaper sizes, we are using mainly cloth diapers. I'd say about like 78% of the time we're using cloth diapers. Maybe like 80% of the time. And then the rest of the time we're using disposable just for like convenience purposes. We are using the little snugglers. She's in a size 2. And I am gonna be making a separate video about her cloth diapering situation. We did decide to use pre-folds and covers. We are going to have to get a new kind of stash of diapers because these are getting small. Like I said, I'm gonna be making a separate video about cloth diapers and the ones that we have right now. So when it comes to eating, I did talk about my whole breastfeeding situation in my breastfeeding video, which I'll put a link to on the screen, but she is still exclusively breastfed. I am thinking about getting a pump, just in case if maybe we wanna go somewhere. We did actually go out for the first time to see Finding Dory, and Chris's mom watched her. I missed her so much. But just like situations like that, if we wanna go out for a few hours and maybe there's traffic and stuff, because we were kind of worried about that, then she'll have something just in case if she needs it. Because sometimes she can usually wait for the 2 hours, but sometimes she's a little bit, she's like, I want something a little early. We are co-sleeping right now. It kind of happened by accident. As far as right now, it is going really well. We make sure to do it safely, and the only reason I am doing it, or I am continuing to do it, is because she doesn't roll yet and I don't move in my sleep. I just like the comfort of being able to just look at her and make sure she's still breathing, because literally I would be up all night just staring at her. She prefers to sleep swaddled. She does have a really strong startle reflex, so if she's not swaddled, she'll just kind of wake herself up a lot and just be waving her arms and legs all over the place. So she usually goes to bed at around, like, I'd say around 10, and she'll sleep until like 2 to 4 o'clock in the morning, and then she will eat, and then she'll go back to sleep until around maybe like 6 or 7, and then she'll go back to sleep again, and then she'll be up at 10, and then that kind of progresses throughout the day. But like I said, she does sleep for a good amount of time, usually that 6-hour stretch at the beginning of the night, and then she goes back to bed after eating. And you do a good job sleeping, huh? She's sleepy right now. She's ready for a nap. As far as like her pacifier, I did kind of want to talk about that a little bit. We are using a pacifier with her. That's something that I wanted to kind of use only occasionally, but it turned into less of like only at night type of thing to more often during the day. But I'm not too worried about the whole weaning situation and stuff. She really likes that as far as it being comforting, but once she's tired of it, she will spit it out. You got hiccups? Now you're gonna be mad. She hates hiccups, and she gets them at least once a day. As far as her like motor skills, she is learning how to hold on to things a lot better. She has a little seat that she sits in, and it has a kind of bar with toys on it, and she started hitting at it, and I don't think it's by accident anymore. But she loves spinning the little lion. Whenever I wash her face in the morning with a washcloth, I'll give it to her afterwards so she can hold it and kind of feel the texture, and of course stick it in her mouth too. She does like to put her fingers in her mouth. She does get her thumb sometimes. We do try to do tummy time every day, and she hates tummy time. She did roll over a few times about a week ago. She will not do it again. We were trying yesterday and you almost did it, but didn't do it all the way. But she's really, really close. She's really close to rolling over. I think she just needs a little bit more practice and to not be so angry when she's doing tummy time. I definitely think in the next month she should be starting to roll over. So she is holding up her head really well and sitting up really well as far as like on her belly. As far as like her personality, she does prefer to be sitting up so she can look around and see the world for herself, and she'll get really upset if like we're watching TV and you have her like facing towards you. And she's always hated this, but she hates when you try to touch her head or like try to hold her head to you. She absolutely hates that. Even if you like lightly have your hands around her head, she will scream. And that's another thing that she started doing when she's very angry, has turned into more of a scream cry, which is beautiful and music to our ears. And she's smiling and laughing and blowing bubbles. I call her, well, I was calling her Bubbly, but it turned into Bubby for some reason. So now I just call her Bubby. She loves talking to Daddy when he gets home from work. Huh. She loves to read. I've been starting to add reading to our bedtime routine, and we read a book before we go to bed. She loves going outside and going for walks and going in the stroller. She loves bath time. She's always really liked bath time. This is my cue to finish the video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down below. And if you have any other videos you guys would like to see, whether it's mommy related, beauty related, whatever you guys want to see, let me know and I can definitely try to do that.
Say bye-bye, puppy. Say bye-bye.
We have matching leggings on too. I'm gonna go put this little girl to sleep and we will see you guys in the next video. Love you.